Hey guys, what's up? Murder of Birds here. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm really excited to be back. We are sitting down right now to watch episode 2 of Erased. I've been thinking about this show for the last few days now. Obviously finished off my recordings of episode 1 a few days ago, left you guys with a pretty in-depth discussion of my thoughts, the premise of the show, where I think it could go, my theories and speculations, and how, like, right up my alley it is for everyone that has ever recommended or suggested that I check out this series. I really think these next few episodes are going to be, or rather the next 11 episodes as we make it through this series is just going to be really exciting for me to see how things develop and figure out how the revival mechanic is going to apply to Satoru's case of trying to not only save KO in the past, but correlate that to her abduction and murder, and how that correlates to whoever did that to her back in the day during his elementary school days is the same person who's responsible for framing Yuki and getting him put on death row and killed, and now in his adult life is responsible for his mother's death. And so I feel like it's going to be a really cool, like, butterfly effect. I don't know if it's going to be like on some premonition where you're kind of jumping back and forth between the past and the present, just because, like, his revival phenomenon has only ever allowed him 1 to 5 minutes, not 18 years at this point, you know? So I don't know if the revival is going to work in the past with him as a child, but I'm assuming the girl that we saw in the last episode flashback, the girl in red, KO, is someone that Satoru is basically going to be trying to protect with his life at this point to prevent her death, and not only prevent her death, but expose whoever it was that originally abducted her in the past, because then that can kind of give a clean slate to all of the crimes and abductions that have happened over the last 18 years. But very, very, very excited to see how this plays out. The videos haven't gone to YouTube yet, but I did mention, I gave kind of like my Discord server a little teaser letting them know that I started watching it, and a few of them recommended that I do a reaction to the intro, check out the intro, and just kind of like apply it, because I guess, you know, typical anime fashion, they kind of give like little breadcrumbs of the plot in the intro. And I actually did know about the song by I think it's called Riri by Asian Kung Fu Generation, because I have a bunch of friends, myself included, we all listen to like anime intros and outros, and we mostly listen to like Japanese music that is associated with certain anime. And I actually really like the song that they used for the intro, which was playing as the outro, because usually you don't get an intro in the first episode of an anime. But I've heard the song numerous times before I ever watched this show. Another show that I kind of do that for is Tokyo Ghoul. I've never seen or watched through Tokyo Ghoul, but like, what's it called? All right, so I had to look it up because I actually don't remember the name. It's called Unravel. So I know about like the Tokyo Ghoul opening despite never seeing through Tokyo Ghoul. And ever so often that happens, mainly because my friends have seen the shows, and, you know, I hear the music through them, and then I start listening to it. So I was very familiar, and I was like, oh my God, it's so great to actually know what anime is associated with this opening, even though I know Asian Kung Fu Generation through Naruto, which is what I grew up watching as a kid. So great band overall. I'm definitely going to be checking out more of their music, especially now that I'm kind of like, I've been playing that intro on loop. So we're going to be checking out the intro. I'm going to be doing a little brief intro reaction before we jump into episode 2. But overall, I really hope these videos are well received on Patreon for early access, as well as YouTube when they're eventually uploaded in their edited format. Yeah, very excited to just see how this kind of murder mystery style show approaches. I'm wondering how soon I'm going to be able to put pieces together to figure out who done it, if it's someone close to Satoru, if it's just a random ass person. The only thing we have to go on is that it seems like they have like short dark hair, and it looks like their eyes are red based on like when he like first showed himself to Satoru when he was coming up to his apartment in the last episode, towards the end of the last episode. So with all of that said, thank you guys all so much for the hopeful continued support of these reaction series. If you guys want to see more of them, let me know what you guys think about my reaction, my thoughts, my speculations, theories, everything else in the comments section down below. And without further ado, let us begin. All right, guys, so we just finished doing the intro reaction analysis to Erased. I am very interested to see a certain someone fit the description of someone that was in that intro. I'll just leave it there. But we are picking up immediately, it seems like, where the last episode left off. Satoru has been flung back 18 years into his 11-year-old self, or back to his 11-year-old self, I should say, and is attending school. There's I guess they are the Ice Hockey Cup 1988 National national champions. So that's pretty cool. And I guess this is going to eventually start kind of developing his relationship and the characters that we saw in the intro. A bunch of his classmates, which was really sweet and wholesome. A bunch of the teachers. I assume we're gonna meet KO in this, who obviously is dead in the future. And the whole, I'm assuming what I can only assume is that going into this, we are going to try our best to keep her alive and to prevent her death from happening and exposing whoever it is in the present, sending them to jail, and that will create a butterfly effect for when Satoru goes back into the present. Hopefully his mom will still be alive. Hopefully Yuki won't be in jail. Hopefully KO will be alive and well and will have lived a great life so far. So we're going to be jumping in and picking up where we left off, and we're going to be starting in 3, 2, 1, now. Did you see Masked Man? Oh, they're talking about anime? Oh my god! Look at him! Oh! Okay, that doesn't look like the guy. Or maybe. Oh yeah. You gotta remember, dude, you're back in your 11-year-old self. I wonder what grade this is. Maybe 7th grade? 6th grade? 7th grade? Oh! KO's late. You're both weirds, birds of a feather. Well, now they're gonna be a lot closer because he's trying to keep her safe, most likely. Oh my god. Yeah, 18 years ago. That's wild. So he's 29. Dragon Quest, what? Oh, I love Dragon Quest. Yeah, I heard Dragon Quest is like bigger than Final Fantasy in Japan. I love these references, dude. I get it. I have a headache. I'm going to... Oh, who's this? With your backpack? Okay, I wonder who that kid is. He was reading in the intro, so I guess he likes reading a lot. Is it Revival? Oh, yes. Uh-oh. Is he okay? Little bro, chill. You're in school right now. Oh! Dude, how did you miss her? My guy. She was right there. She was late for school. I wonder what happened. Well, obviously, his first instinct is, I just saw my mom die in the present. She's gonna be like, why didn't you get your ass to school? What are you doing? What's up with the mom? That's right. Yeah, he literally, I guess he really did forget his youth. Like, he's a grown-ass man now. I'm pretty sure this is like a trippy kind of thing to deal with, is like, I gotta remember how I lived my life 18 years ago. It's like a lifetime ago. Aw, this is so sweet, though. That's the masked man. That's what they were talking about in the, in school. I saw that little picture of his friends, too. Skipping school, are we? Oh, wow. Oh my god, she looks so young. I mean, right? 18 years? That's almost 2 decades. God, she looks great. Oh, this is so cool. Bro, I'm still so kind of annoyed that he missed KO right there. But I get it. His mind's elsewhere. I hope he doesn't get too comfortable or too used to this. Because, like, this is not your reality. You have to make sure that you understand that. Aw, no, he misses you. You don't know what's gonna happen in the future. He just lost you. God, I love anime food. It looks so good. This is very much like a you don't know what you have till it's gone. He probably took a lot of these moments for granted as a kid. Whoa, this is a chance. Exactly. He gets it. He understands. There's no way I'm gonna lose this time. There you go. He's on my level now. I understand what's going on. God, imagine. I wish I could live my life like this, where if I could go back to like my 11-year-old self with the current knowledge and mindset that I have now. You know, I feel like everyone has thought of that at some point in their life, but like, it's cool to just see it in anime form, like the concept at the very least. I think that's really cool. Thank you for the meal. I have a killer to find. We got to bring this man a justice. Yes, you're supposed to find out who done it. This is a revival. It's no coincidence that I'm here. You got to prevent a major thing from happening. Yeah, actually, you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Call that a murder of birds. All right, there she is. Come on, yo, finally. Come on, make sure you talk to her on that day, because his big regret was that Keo Hinazaki, his big regret was that he didn't talk to her before he left, and so he left her alone. Whoa. She getting abused at home? I love how they're talking about Dragon Quest. That's right up my alley. Yo, Final Fantasy. Yo, I would be friends with this group for sure. Hirokazu, don't you have a Nintendo? Yo, the gamers. Yo, I'm right here with you. Nintendo's alive and well, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I love this. Kenya, I like him. He was always the smart one. Yeah, he's my initial favorite. Oh, Hinazuki. Okay, Keo Hinazuki. Oh my god. Yeah. Y'all are tripping. Classic elementary school teasing. I mean, Valentine's Day was yesterday. I guess, do they celebrate Valentine's Day? Not that I like her, it's that I wanna make sure I get to see her in the future. I like that kid too. Oh my god. Bruh. Why would you say that to me of all people? Aw, you and I are both fakes. Hmm? She's like, I see right through you, sir. Oh, I wonder if what her relationship with her mom is, because she has a bruise on her leg. So I wonder if that means like she's getting abused at home, and then she sees like what his relationship with his mom is like. Excuse me? Yeah, she's getting abused, it seems. I hope she's not like, yo, could you kill my mom so she can stop hurting me at home? Oh, that's Yuki. Oh my god, he's alive too. I completely forgot about this, man. Yo, no death row for you, my guy, hopefully. Wow, everyone's back. Wow, everyone's truly back. A younger mom, KO, Yuki's alive too. I like that. He's got his nice little group of friends, big chillin', living his life. Yeah, I wonder what she meant by that. You and I are both fakes. Yeah, he's like hyper fixed on her, and they're gonna tease the hell out of him. I wonder what Kenya's thinking. Yo, these kids are annoying. How did I deal with these? You would never think, like, based on like how he is as an adult, you would never think this is the crowd of kids he hung out with. Like, as an adult, he kind of like sticks to himself. He finds his coworker, like the girl that likes him, I keep forgetting her name, but he finds her annoying. He's like, oh, annoying girl, weird girl, whatever. And it's just like this group of friends of his, I wonder what caused him to drift apart from them, because it doesn't seem like he has anybody in his life that he socializes with outside of his mom at the time, but even then he kind of pushed her away. Also, there were multiple kids that were abducted. Keo was just one of the ones that died, that was like, quote unquote, successfully abducted and killed by the murderer. So I'm wondering if it's any other kids in his class that we're currently being exposed to. Oh, okay, they're in 6th grade. All right, nice. Yeah, I figured it was either 6th grade or 7th grade. When did Hinazuki disappeared? Yeah, you need to figure that out. Well, it would be a day that he'd be leaving school and she's at the front just chilling. Oh my god, they have a hideout too? This is literally like Anohana. They have their own secret base. Yes, I talked to Kenya. I like this kid. I hope I'll like him. I hope he doesn't disappoint me. I think it's really important that you have your mind on Hinazuki. Why? This may be stepping over the line, but you can talk to me about anything. I wonder if there's any type of guidance in this revival for him. Like, is there someone here that's gonna like guide him, or is it just really all him trying to figure out things by himself? Or is there gonna be like a system within the revival that will give him clues? Because the way he's talking right now, he's like, you could tell me about anything, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm actually here from 18 years ago. He was like, read up on the student composition. The town without me. I think that's what the actual translation of the show is. It's not erase, it's the town without me, or something like that. This poor girl, what is her life like where she literally wants to live on an island by herself? No adults, children, classmates, teachers, or my mom. Oh, you poor baby. She really just wants to get out of here. Yeah, it's an SOS. It's a cry for help. Maybe Kenya thinks I don't have a romantic interest, but I'm concerned about her after reading that essay. Yeah. I assume her relationship with her mom is really bad, to the point where it's causing her... God, I can only imagine if she just let herself be taken by the killer because she knew it meant that she wouldn't be going home. What I need right now is to get to know Hinazuki better. Yes. Avoid the crime that would otherwise occur around me soon. Yes. Yeah, I don't know if they revealed the time or the day that happened. I love this, man. I love how he's just kind of embracing his new objective. He's back in the past. It's snowing again. My god. I love how the squad's like supporting him too. Yeah, her mom was abusing her. Yeah. And she didn't want to go home, so she hung out at the park until it... Damn, she's like, I want to be at home as minimal as possible. Is this it? This is it. This is the day. You're pretending. No. Wow. She's like, I can't smile. I can't be happy. So clearly no one else is. Just get through to her. We got to protect her. We got to do it for her. That is true. He is socially inept, especially the older he gets. Aww, look at her. Feels like it'll be real somewhere along the line. See, look at her. Look at that. That's the exactly. I wonder where that girl is at the moment. Like, how much older is Satoru from that girl? I wonder if she exists in this, like, if we're gonna see her as a younger person. I'm so fucking pissed. I fucking hate that mother. Oh my god. I hope her mother gets arrested. Aw, that's so sweet. He invited her to the party. One of his friends isn't going. March 2nd. He's like, I don't know how to respond. This is so sweet. Oh my god. Okay, dude, don't make it weird. This is wholesome though. That's probably the first genuine conversation she's had in a long time. I don't have to lie to you. Yeah, you just embarrassed the hell out of this girl. She's like, who does this guy think he is saying stuff like that? Oh, man. He did it. He obfuscated fate. Now he's got to keep it up. Her body was found after the snow melted. Jesus. Goddamn. That's a tall order, my friend. Look at this. Wait, the episode's done already? Bro, there's no fucking shot that went by like that. Holy shit, dude. I was so immersed. I loved that. All right, so we're gonna watch through the outro here too, just so I can see how things play out. I loved this though. She is so sweet. Screw the mom, man. She needs to be arrested for child abuse, child endangerment. Fuck that mom, dude. Like, seriously. I can't believe they showed her actually like kicking her and like slamming the girl. Like, what the fuck? That actually really infuriated me. I really want there to be a happy ending to this. A part of me feels like it's gonna be bittersweet, but I just want the world for KO so much, more than anything ever at this moment in my life. And I just really hope things play out for the better. Wow, this is a pretty interesting intro. I don't really know what to make of it. I feel like there's a lot of like symbolism and imagery going on, a lot of colors. I like the art style, but yeah, that was a great episode. I loved how we're just kind of getting introduced to like a part of Satoru's past. 2 episodes in, and if I didn't think I was absolutely 100% invested during episode 1, I think it's confirmed at this point, based on the fact that I was in an immediate sense of flow state. 20 minutes went by like 5, and I was just completely immersed in like the development of things, how things were kind of transpiring, and just the overall atmosphere of the second episode just really kind of set the tone, whereas episode 1 was kind of laying out the foundation of what the phenomenon of the revival mechanic was. So overall, really enjoy it. I actually wrote a page worth of notes, nothing too serious, but just some things I wanted to jot down for my overall thought process. Just lightly talking about the intro again. So I really love the song. I think the song is complemented incredibly well by the animation. I couldn't help but get a sense of Anohana for any of you guys who have seen that. It's a very bittersweet, the best way I can put it, like a very bittersweet anime which focuses on kids in their adult life but kind of harkening back to moments of their childhood, similar to this one. And the intro just kind of like reminded me heavily of that, like all of these kids that kind of grew up into adults and they're living their own lives, but at one point life was simple, times were great, you had good friends, you had good moments, laughs and stuff like that. And as I watched, so I rewatched the intro app before I sat down to record this, and I rewatched the intro and I'm like, god, the intro has such a good vibe. Like during the first couple of shots where you see all the kids kind of like goofing around, having fun, laughing, you see those 2 kids kind of like confessing or whatever, like that one girl was like blushing, and then the other group of kids just come in and start messing around. They're doing like jajonkin in the hallway, they're screwing around on the playground, and I'm just like, this is such a good, feels good moment for these. Like, I just love like anime like that. And again, it gave me big Anohana vibes to have these characters that were all very close knit and tied together during their youth. I don't really know what their relationship is like when Satoru is in going into his 30s, but I just love the intro. I love how you had young Satoru and older Satoru sitting down kind of experiencing their life. Really loved that. And we got a bit of kind of like the initial startup of the episode was basically him reacclimating to his life. Now, I will apologize in saying, like, for some reason, I don't know why, but at least for this episode, I went into it expecting Satoru to understand what I was going into this episode expecting, which is he's gonna understand immediately that he has to save KO and find out who killed her in order to find out who framed Yuki, who went after the other abduction of another student, and who killed his mom. But like, I obviously was jumping the gun because we had to take the baby steps and we had to take like the baby steps in order to get to reach that conclusion. And another big thing too, 18 years is fucking massive of a time leap. I was actually trying to put into perspective, like as I was writing these notes, like what was life like for me 18 years ago? 18 years ago, we didn't have smartphones. 18 years ago, I didn't have internet access in my house. YouTube wasn't an established platform. Twitch didn't exist. Like my life, like I was more outside than ever before. Like I wasn't really, there was no kind of like social gaming, like Xbox Live or PlayStation Network or anything like that. So like, even like the technology of things, the like you basically have to kind of remember your old life and mimic that in order to kind of keep up appearances, because he's walking around as an 11-year-old with the life experiences and knowledge of a 29-year-old, which in and of itself is fucking massive, because that means he's gonna be gigabrain when he's freaking competing with 11-year-olds. You know what I mean? He should be at the freaking top of the, you know, he should be at the top of the dean's list. He should be on the honor roll. He should be an honor roll student, straight A pluses across the board. He should be like absolutely blitzing through all of his classwork and homework and stuff like that. So that's like one of the core advantages to his situation that I feel like a lot of people can like and I mentioned it during the reaction to, I was like, oh man, like I feel like everyone has thought of that, something like this, like being able to be like, if I knew then what I know now, you know what I mean? Like if I had a chance to go back in time with my current knowledge and life experience, would I do it? And how advantageous would that be to my life and to, you know, the future, knowing things before they happen and all of that. So obviously this is a different flavor. Like he's not kind of doing this, like he's not using the revival system as a way to kind of get ahead in the future of his life. He's obviously now discovering, hey, I can prevent my mom's death. I can prevent Yuki's wrongful incarceration. I can prevent KO from being killed. I can prevent all of these things from happening if I just kind of like put things together. And I'm assuming he's going to get his ragtag group of friends involved to kind of help that process out. But yeah, like I just love the vibe of like the startup of the episode. You had like the kids in the classroom talking about anime and like actually dropping video game, like dropping Final Fantasy, dropping Dragon Quest, dropping Nintendo. So I just love that. I was like, oh my god, like if I was in this classroom, I would get along with all of them. I think Kenya is my favorite of the bunch, and I wrote a little bit here about each one of them. So we have Osamu, who is the Dragon Quest fan that was talking about like, oh, if you know, I want to be friends with Dragon Quest fans need to know a thing or two about the game. We have Kenya, who I feel like is my favorite. He seems to be very book smart and mature compared to the rest of his group, and I love his mindset of like, if we were Dragon Quest fans, we'd only have Dragon Quest to talk about, and I actually kind of like the fact that we have a diverse group where we can all talk about different things, and I couldn't agree more with that. We have Hero, which I don't think we learn much about them. They're just a part of the group. Kazu is basically like the carefree prankster. Even in the intro, he was like messing around with those two kids. He was messing around with Osamu in the intro. I think Kazu is just like the carefree prankster of the group. And then obviously we have the three individuals. We have the mom, who's looking better than ever, 18 years younger, and obviously it shows. And I loved how immediately you kind of see like where his life in the present was compared to his life in the past, where he felt like his mom was a nuisance by barging in on him and wanting to cook him dinner and stuff like that, when in the past he had a lot of those moments with her that he just took for granted as an 11-year-old who probably just wanted to watch anime, play video games, and hang out with his friends. And even looking back at moments like that, I feel like a lot of people let their childhood pass them by because time is basically like a non-factor until you get to the point where you have to like think about time, whether it's with school or whether it's with work or whatever the case might be. And so I just think like overall, I just loved the moments that he had with his mom where he was actually calling her Ma because he calls her Ma in the present, and she was like Ma, and, you know, and I don't know, I just loved it. I loved how he was very self-aware of like, did I forget these moments or did I just let them pass me by? And so now he's kind of making the most of his days, both with his mom and his friends, and especially with KO. And I absolutely love her. I think she is the most precious cinnamon roll that I've met in recent years. Like, I'm really happy that I'm able to connect and attach and emotionally attach to a character like KO for the first time, getting back into anime after so long. And I've never wanted to in my entire life more than this episode to reach into my screen and send someone to the fucking Shadow Realm than her mom. They actually showed like the animation like of her mom just like beating her defenseless freaking 10-11-year-old daughter for fucking what? Like, that actually like infuriated me. And I love the fact that we're gonna help this girl out, but I hate the potential that there might not be good consequences to this in the end goal based on how the butterfly effect of the revival system happens with this massive influence happening of saving Ko, saving Yuki, stopping the murderer, and potentially saving his mom in the future. I don't know if that's just gonna have like a, I don't know if that's gonna be like a situation where there's a happy ending for everybody and we took out the bad guy and we saved the day and the revival mechanic, did its job, or if there's gonna be like ramifications to doing that in the future for the for Satoru or whoever else might, or whoever the case might be. But I just really hope nothing bad happens to this girl. Like, even from her essay, she just seems to like look at everybody and think everyone's just like pretending and lying to themselves about their life because her life is so bad and she hates it and she wishes she can go away, and even jokingly mention if Satoru can kill somebody for her, which I would assume is her mom, for basically making her life a living hell every single day, going to school late. So she's not being prioritized. You know what I mean? She's got a shitty parent and it just fucking sucks. And I just really want the world for her. I want her to live her life. I want her to grow up. I want her to grow old. I want her to experience things. I want her to be happy. And I want Satoru to do the best he can to keep her safe. These are fucking kids playing the roles of adults because some of the adults in the show are just so ass. But yeah, that really, really infuriated me. And I just want her to be safe and I want her to be protected and I want her to be okay. And I don't know who it is that's after these students, but I really hope something. I don't know how a bunch of kids are going to be able to stop a murderer. We have Yuki, who's alive as well, which I completely went over my head. I knew we had to save him, but I didn't think we'd actually see him, which we saw him across the river when when Satoru and Ko were talking to each other. So he's alive and well. So we can potentially save him too, and he might play a role in stopping the murderer because he seems to be a bit older. And to kind of just close off on the episode overall, I love the ending where they were just like, Satoru was just kind of opening up to her and just kind of saying like, everyone's trying their best because the world's scary and interacting with people is scary and you don't know how people are going to feel about you, and everyone just wants to get along and make friends and do the best they can at just generally coexisting and being friends and having memories and moments and experiences that you can reminisce on. And I just love how he kind of like opened up to that degree, and it really allowed her to be open and make it a lot easier for her to talk to him. And yeah, like the moments that they had, like they were holding, like they had their hands on each other and he invited her to his birthday party. I'm just really excited to see more of Ko, honestly. At this point, I feel like she's usurped everyone as my like overall genuine interest. I want to make sure she is safe and well and good and okay because she's a precious cinnamon roll and deserves the world. And I'm just interested to see how things ramp up, how things change and develop. The intro was pretty crazy too because it apparently means that, like, from the intro, it implies that the girl that Satoru worked with at the pizza shop, I'm gonna go back and rewatch the episode because I forgot her name, but oh no, Airi, I think Airi, so Airi, so the intro implies that she dies or she died from the killer. So I don't know if she is one of the students that got abducted. Like, no, because two of them got killed and one of them got saved. But the intro implies that the mom died, Ko died, and Airi died, and they were all connected to Satoru. And then it shifts to the killer with all three of them there. So I don't know what the hell is happening. I don't know if we're going to see Airi, like a younger version of her from the past. I don't know how much older Satoru is to her. But yeah, like, I don't know how she's going to be a factor in this as well. And I'm also curious if we've ever seen, or if any of the people that we saw in episode 1 were older versions of characters that we're seeing now in their youth. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, overall, I loved this second episode just as much, if not more, than the first. I was completely immersed. The episode went by in like 5 minutes, and I really want to see where it goes next. So episode 3, we're going to be jumping into that shortly after this. But for people who are watching this on Patreon or even on YouTube, thank you guys all so much for the support. I'd love to hear all of your thoughts. Please keep it spoiler free. I don't want my mods to have to time out or ban anybody in the comment section. But obviously, I'd love to hear what you guys think about my thoughts and experiences, what you guys thought about these episodes, if you guys ended up watching them at the time or, any time prior to me recording these now. But I'm very much invested. I really want to see where they take Ko's story and how Satoru and the company work towards ultimately solving the case. And based on the intro, I don't know if it's a teacher or if it's like the principal, or I don't know who could be the culprit, or even if the person that shot at Satoru in the intro is the culprit. I'm not entirely sure because it was an adult shooting at adult Satoru. So I don't really know if that applies to the young Satoru in the past, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Again, leave your thoughts of anything I mentioned in the comment section down below, and we will see you all in the next one. Take care.